Azealia Amanda Banks is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter who has an estimated net worth of $3 million. Raised in the Harlem neighborhood of New York City, she began releasing music through MySpace in 2008 before being signed to XL Records at the age of 18. Banks is well known for an infamous online spat with celebrity blogger Perez Hilton that unfolded on Twitter when Hilton sided with Banks' rival, Angel Hayes, in a dispute between the two rappers. She also publicly feuded with Elon Musk and his girlfriend, Grimes. Azealia Banks' personal life. In October 2019, Banks announced that during tours in the former Soviet Union, she'll perform under the name Azilka. Banks announced that she intended to end her life through euthanasia and documented the process on film August 8, 2020. In February 2021, Banks publicly announced her engagement to American artist Ryder Ripps, and in March, she confirmed they had split up. Banks has been open about her sexual identity, having expressed that she disdains the labeling of others based on their sexual orientation, though she herself would say she's bisexual. Azealia has been an advocate for many civil rights cases involving African Americans. She demanded that the United States pay reparations to African Americans due to the enslavement of their ancestors. She has stated she thinks such an effort would help improve educational prospects for Black Americans. In July 2016, Banks admitted to lightening her skin due to skin blemishes from her birth control and defended the process of skin bleaching. Banks sought support and advice from her fans after having suffered a miscarriage in December the same year. BuzzFeed News wrote Banks, quote, has been frank about her own mental health issues, and in 2020, during a plea deal in Manhattan court to avoid prison time, Banks was ordered to seek mental health treatment. The British magazine Galdem reported that Banks has bipolar disorder. Azealia Banks' early life. Banks was born on May 31, 1991 in the borough of Manhattan in New York City. Her single mother raised her and her two siblings in Harlem after their father died of pancreatic cancer when she was 2 years old. She was the youngest of three. The home life was not a happy one, though, as Banks has since come forward describing that her mother was extremely abusive to her and her sisters. Banks moved out of her mother's home at the age of 14 to live with her older sister. At a young age, Banks became interested in musical theater, acting, dancing, and singing. She starred in a production of the comedy noir musical City of Angels at the age of 16, where she was found by an agent who sent her to auditions for Nickelodeon, TBS, and Law & Order, all without success. At this point, Banks decided to end her pursuit of an acting career, citing the stiff competition and overall sense of non-fulfillment. Because of this lack of fulfillment, she began writing rap and R&B songs as a creative outlet. She never finished high school, instead choosing to follow her dream of becoming a recording artist. On November 9, 2008, under the moniker Miss Banks, she released her debut recording, Gimme a Chance, online. The recording was accompanied by the self-produced track 17, which sampled the Ladytron song of the same name. Azealia Banks' professional career. Azalea's debut single, 212, went viral and entered several international charts. Banks subsequently signed with Interscope and Polydor Records, before later separating in July 2013. Banks ultimately became an independent artist and started her own independent record label, Chaos and Glory Recordings, after multiple negative experiences with previous labels. Banks has released 3 mixtapes, 1 studio album, and 2 extended plays. In early 2017, Banks launched her online store, CheapyXO, which featured skincare products and other forms of merchandise. Banks has continued working on the branding and content of the website, relaunching it in 2020 to include her podcast as well as more spiritual items. In June of 2017, Banks released new music and then embarked on a North American tour beginning in October in Chicago and concluding in San Francisco. She also performed a number of shows in Europe that year. Her acting debut also premiered in 2017 with the film Love Beats Rhymes, a musical drama film. Banks signed a $1 million record deal with Entertainment One in January of 2018, and since then, she's released a number of tracks and singles and continued collaborating with other artists. She also began recording a podcast entitled Cheapy's 2 Cent in 2020. Throughout her career, Banks' social media presence and outspoken views, especially on U.S. politics and race, have attracted significant criticism, controversy, and media scrutiny. She's developed a reputation for having disputes with public figures on Twitter before being banned from the platform. Banks' musical and rapping style has been described as a combination of hardcore hip-hop and dance music. Sometimes in her music, Banks refers to herself by her alter ego, Young Rapunzel. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe and share this video.